I'm always delighted to be with Saul News, who's been such a leader in the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for November 4th, 2022. Fox News reports, White House deletes tweet flagged by Twitter that credited Biden for Social Security payment increase. The White House on Wednesday deleted a tweet that credited President Biden's leadership for the increase in Social Security payments, which was flagged by Twitter as something that was actually caused by a 40-year high in inflation. The tweet read, "Seniors are getting the biggest increase in their Social Security checks in 10 years through President Biden's leadership." However, the misleading tweet was accompanied by a fact check that read, "Seniors will receive a large Social Security benefit increase due to the annual cost of living adjustment, which is based on the inflation rate. President Nixon in 1972 signed into law automatic benefit adjustments tied to the Consumer Price Index." Soon after the tweet was taken down, a White House official told Fox News Digital that the decision was made because, quote, "the point was incomplete." An eye-opening segment from CNN reports, soaring inflation is throwing retirees' budgets into chaos. A segment from CNN shines a spotlight on the devastating effects of inflation on senior citizens.
At the Senior Friendship Center in Sarasota, Florida, ask about inflation. You'll strike a chord with nearly everyone.
I've seen it as an excuse for people to take advantage of other people.
Nice hand.
Around the bridge table, these retirees are feeling the squeeze.
Everything is expensive.
81-year-old Catherine Janes turned to her son for financial help.
It makes things a little easier.
79-year-old Ron Longhurst cut back on evening socializing.
Your more astute viewers may note that I'm taking maybe a week to two longer between haircuts.
And 82-year-old Ann Smith cut down on her favorite simple pleasure, drinking soda.
You're actually watching your Coca-Cola budget.
Yeah, it's tripled.
Seniors on a fixed income have been hit particularly hard by inflation, with September prices up 8.2% from a year ago. Even worse in areas like Tampa, Florida, where the housing market has exploded.
Everything is going up except our income.
67-year-old Sharon Johnson says her family's rent in Tampa jumped $350 this year to $3,100 a month. And with other bills surging, it's thrown their budget into chaos.
I've never had to worry about how we were going to eat.
They already have boxes packed, expecting another rent hike when their lease ends. The retired university counselor and her husband, a retired engineer and teacher, moved here from Michigan. But so far, price hikes are stealing their retirement dream.
We are middle income with less to work with than when we worked full time. And we have worked hard, and we've been honest. Then why is it going in reverse?
Next year, Social Security recipients will receive an annual cost of living adjustment of 8.7%, the largest increase since 1981. But for now, many seniors are feeling little relief. And finally, Newsbusters reports, study the dangerous partisanship of TV's midterm coverage. 4 years ago, TV's midterm coverage hammered Republican candidates and then President Trump with 88% negative spin while sparing Democrats similarly bad press. This year, Democrats are in charge of the White House in both chambers of Congress, yet a new Media Research Center study of ABC, CBS, and NBC evening newscasts finds that Republicans are receiving coverage that is just as negative, coming in at 87%, as it was in 2018, while Democrats, including the president, are drawing far less scrutiny than the party out of power. And another favor for Team Blue, the dominant topics within these campaign stories are GOP candidate controversies, abortion rights, and the danger of, quote, election deniers. And these perfectly match the topmost items in the Democrats' campaign playbook. The MRC study shows discussion of these issues within campaign stories far eclipsed that of the economy and inflation, issues that voters deemed most important. We would encourage you to read the full study by clicking on the link in the description below. This week, we'll let Senator Rick Scott have the last word.
Joining us right now is the Florida Senator himself. He's the chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee. Rick Scott is here. Senator, thanks very much for being here. How do you respond to Joe Biden?
I think the heat of South Florida's gotten to the guy, right? He's a complete liar, right? I don't know one Republican that would cut Social Security and Medicare. But you know what? I know that every Democrat just voted to cut $280 billion out of Medicare. And there's all this testimony where Joe Biden, when he was in the Senate, proposed cutting Medicare and Social Security. And guess what's happened? With this unbelievable inflation that Biden caused, guess what's going to happen to the number of years of Social Security? It's going to keep going down and down and down.
And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for November 4th, 2022. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.